अभी तो OTT की quality I feel थोड़ी गिर गई है, so that's why
mediocrity आ गई है थोड़ी बहुत.
right, because when the volumes go up like crazy, of course the quality is going to go down. It's very simple. The construction of the image of an actor lies in the eyes of the perceiver. Arnav was an enormous challenge at that time because I was told to portray it in a certain way. I thought of it in a certain way, and that's the fun. Arnav, I could find more relatability with.
But I can see that you are very, very partial towards it in your eyes.
Well, let's please cut that part out. Someday my son is going to see this.
For all film-related interviews, reviews, and content, please like and subscribe to Pooja Talwar. You can also follow me on Twitter and on Instagram.
Okay. Hi, Barun. Many, many congratulations. Were you anticipating this lovely feedback and critical acclaim that's coming for Kohhra?
We weren't expecting the volumes. We knew we were getting into something that is going to be liked by people who ever watch it, but we had no idea that people are going to be so vocal about it. Usually what happens with the shows is people like it and they'll be like, "Can I take a picture with you? I liked your show." But here, people are talking so passionately about it. Even when I was just traveling, so people want to talk about it in detail. And if you see all the reviewers, critics, people from the industry also, with whatever they're writing on social media, they elaborate about it. So all of this, we didn't anticipate. No.
What do you think did it for this show? Because it is very realistic. It is very hard hitting. Nobody's perfect. Everyone is grey in this particular show. What personally you feel did it?
Yeah, a lot of people have been asking this, but I don't think anybody can put a finger on it. But there's a few things that can be good lessons to take away for filmmaking from this show that was given to all the actors. And I think more important than that is the audacity of casting by the makers. I think none of us were, big names to be associated with a very established platform, a very established production house, and a very established creator. The audacity of casting whoever they deem fit and thought kid will do well instead of thinking kid, this name is going to sell jazz. Instead of that, they believed in their package more than anything else. So that was very audacious. It hardly happens in India. So I think that's why everyone's been raving about the casting as well. Like Surinder said, everyone's been raving about, such a revelation and stuff like that. And liberty of free performance, as I said, and just again audacity of telling the story like you want to, there's they wrote it the way they wrote it, and there's nobody else who was allowed to make any changes in what they wrote, what they got performed. It was like back in school doing a play. It was not about something we were doing really big or there was no pressure. Everyone knew their job well. Everyone was making it easier for the other person. That's a very big thing. It sounds like small things, but those are actually really, really big things. They go into, I think, making the seamless show that it has now become that no one wants to, stop while they're at it. So everyone's just binging it. Majority of the world that I've spoken to, they're like, we had to binge it. So I think those fundamental things that we were probably caught, sort of taught when we were kids, by parents or stuff like that.
And you're saying you're not a big name, yeah? You're being very, I think, modest about it. Have you seen your fandom? Have you seen the kind of love and devotion that you have?
Okay, I'll answer that for you. I know what you're saying, but I'll answer that for you. So now, Sudeep, after the show, he comes to me and tells me, "Paji, aap kitne famous ho," and stuff like that. He had no idea I was famous. So, but there's like he'd just seen one of my films, a very small film called Halal, and I think he had seen Sunday also. So he had no idea that I was popular. According to that's what, according to me, that is audacious, right?
Awesome. Yeah. Also the fact that getting पहले तो एक चीज बात है, पुलिस ऑफिसर हो, वैसे खुद पुलिस के साथ एनकाउंटर हुआ है रियल लाइफ में?
मैं तो दिल्ली से हूँ यार, ऑफ कोर्स।
वैसे दिल्ली से हो तो दिल्ली वालों पे रोज एनकाउंटर हो जाता है।
Encounter हो ही जाता है. At least I grew up 25 years born and raised in one place. So school वगैरह में हो ही जाता है. That's undeniable यार.
जैसे कहते हैं ठुल्लों की मार पड़ी है आपको?
हाँ, of course. Yeah.
ऐसा कोई एक किस्सा याद है जो आप नरेट कर सकते हैं हमारे लिए?
यार advisable नहीं है. I don't know what I'm going to be watching the interview. Yeah,
ठीक है,
but हाँ,
समझ
of course
गए.
पढ़ी है. Right, yeah.
And also that also playing, also you're from Delhi, तो गालियां देनी तो बड़ी आसान लगी होंगी आपको. वो तो जैसे झड़ते.
Um, yeah, yeah. So also the point is that I know what you're saying, कि यार like your elders, parents these days saying कि OTT पे तो बहुत गालियां होती हैं and stuff like that. So it puts a seed in your head कि यार oh these people are gonna think like that. But then you have to throw that seed out. The point is uh, I'm taking care of all of my family based on the kind of work I'm doing, right? So it'll be primarily incorrect if I don't do my job well. And the idea was to not judge these characters because, as you said, everyone's gray. The idea was to find out why they're doing what they're doing because all of us human beings are also like that. We have our dark moments. The idea, like even I as a human being, if I have a debate, argument, or someone says something negative to me, has a fight with me, I never try to find wrong in them. I try to find out that there must be a reason. Let's go down deep and stuff like that. And that's how you really correct human relationships. Because they can't be on the surface level. So the idea here was to not judge any of the characters. Like my character could have been easily dislikable. He's beats up people for no reason, having an affair with his sister-in-law, and इतना abusive है, dim-witted भी हल्का फुल्का. So the idea was to not judge these people. Just I always knew the character arc was written so well that they all have redemption in the end. So yeah, it was easy, but not because I'm from Delhi, because I love my work there.
But also getting under the skin of this, understanding this guy, because his moral compass is all over the place.
Right.
Are you like a method actor? Do you like try to perceive, like without judging him? Because एक तो आपका अपना human
Right.
compass है and एक आपका character है. What was the process like?
No, I'm very settled that way in my head. Nothing can waver my own moral compass in this whole damn world, apart from my family, maybe let's say. So to this guy, to get into the skin of this guy, the whole thing was understanding where he comes from, and then if you want to call that a method, but I do tend to switch on and off when I come to the set, and I do have my easy time and tend to intend to put all my energy and understanding when the camera is rolling instead of just faffing around or telling everyone how great I am. So, the learning about him was the main idea. Learning about the script was the main idea, and I really, really trusted the makers because they I think, written one of the most beautiful pieces of work. So, yeah.
Also, the thing is, it's amazing. I mean, you have broken that thing of TV actors versus film actors. आजकल तो सारे film actors भी यही कर रहे हैं. Do you think it's actually been a struggle? And also with the kind of content that's doing well, do you think the film industry, especially, has to recalibrate itself in the kind of content they're giving people out?
अभी तो it started, I think. अभी तो it started. I think a lot of filmmakers are a little relentless that way because it's worked for them for a very long time and they made truckloads of money on that. So it makes you psychologically bent towards that whole thing that is going to come back and I'm going to make more money instead of reinventing yourself. So I think it's just started. But yeah, that it looks like the case. More, there's such gritty stuff coming out on OTT. Yeah. अभी तो OTT की quality I feel थोड़ी गिर गई है. So that's why
Mediocrity आ गई है थोड़ी बहुत.
right, because when the volumes go up like crazy, of course the quality is going to go down. It's very simple. So that's why shows like Asu 2 and Kohhra are doing the remarkable job that they're doing because they're standing out because the rest of the stuff is mediocre. But yeah, I think recalibration it's pretty visible. It's going to happen.
Has your process changed as an actor? Because you've also broken the stereotype they gave you. Earlier, you were the typical arrogant lover boy that everyone loved. I know abhi bhi aapko Mr. Raizada kaha jata hai. But
Right.
with these characters, you're trying to dismantle it. But do you think somewhere wo bhi shadow chipki hui hai kahin aapke saath?
Has my process changed? See, the process changes every project. You have to learn something every project. You have to unlearn something every project. Something. In fact, you have to learn a few things when you go into a project, but you have to unlearn pretty much all of it, unless you want to keep it in your wallet for the rest of your life, which you think is going to, be universally applicable. So the process changes every show. And I think the idea is going really applying your brain, I think is the idea, yeah. And I don't know, when different people have different kinds. I like to go deep down into mind, search for ideas, to develop a character. So the process is different every time.
Has it been a conscious decision to break away from how you were being seen as an actor in a certain category of roles with the kind of projects you're
Yeah,
choosing?
yeah. The problem is that the construction of the image of an actor lies in the eyes of the perceiver. I was never trying to build this image. I was just doing my job, and it did well. So everyone was like, "Oh, he's this," and that was not my idea. My idea was totally something else. I had always had a very complex mind. I'd gotten some financial stability after some time, and I thought, like, this has been my case in all of my life. I used to work in a call center for a very long time. Then I wanted to act, so I got a 6 month break. I thought this is the time to do it. Then even after I'd done a little bit of television, I thought, okay, I've got a little bit of financial stability. Let's now refocus and try to do something that really, really interests me. Because I'd seen that whatever आप अपने दिल के हिसाब से जो मतलब ईमानदारी से काम करते हैं वो सबको बहुत पसंद आता है. I've always seen that. I don't know,
Hmm.
somehow that
Hmm.
happens. So then the idea was, and at that time, I'd not worked for a very long time. And then I was getting used to watching these remarkable shows on the OTT revolution of Hollywood that were coming out. I was really wishing that this revolution comes to India and I get to ride the wave. So the idea was not कि exactly यही करना है, because मेरे को future के बारे में पता ही नहीं था. But it was कि let's do something really complex. Otherwise, goody two shoes and unidimensional is not really my cup of tea.
Who do you relate to more, Arnav or to Garundi?
See, Garundi is that's so. I think I like Arnav was an enormous challenge at that time, because I was told to portray it in a certain way. I thought of it in a certain way, and all the directors who were now my friends. They had to come around. Ki, he's doing the right job. Let him do whatever he's doing. Everyone's liking it. But that was much close to me. Uh, you know, uh, I come from a middle class background, so like Garundi comes from uh, a a field, remote village, has culture that I didn't even know about till the time I was told by Gunjit and Sudeep. And he's struggling in life for love. He's pretty ruthless. I'm a very non-violent man myself. So I can't find any similarities to Garundi myself, and that is exactly what makes it challenging. And that's where the fun lies for me. That's where you really prove to in the world that you have no idea what a remarkable talent we've got in our country. I might be, in fact, there is. I was working on a show called Donali, and my co-actors, they were like there for like 3 4 scenes, and these guys were from NSD, and the way they acted, they were so good. And then when they were calling me sir, I was like, no, that's not right. I should be calling you guys sir. And I think there's so much talent, and so that this I think this opens up doors for probably more people, where people in the industry will not bank on the accountability of the actor, instead just see what they're capable of doing, instead of patching them up with the image of a lover boy, if one could have, which Sudeep had the audacity to break off and just cast me in this. And that's the fun. Arnav, I could find more relatability with. Yeah.
अभी आप
Yeah.
फैंस के मैं जल्दी जल्दी सवाल लेती हूँ सबसे जिंदगी का सबसे बड़ा कोहरा मोमेंट कौन सा था?
Foggy.
हाँ, foggy
Was
moment.
in the such a foggy moment. Okay, so the foggy moment means you don't know the other person, and you don't know what decision to make and stuff like that. I'm pretty clear that way, to be honest with you. And वही होगा भी तो I'll have to think for like half an hour. Probably 2 hours later I'll realize something. Yeah.
They want to know romantic drama कब कर रहे हैं?
Romantic drama तो अभी मैंने किया है यार. There was a show on Amazon Mini TV called बदतमीज दिल. And sorry.
And comedy में देखना चाहते हैं आपको?
this was dark comedy, right? I was given such compliments from a comic timing. People were like, we didn't know you were so funny and stuff like that. But out and out slapstick is really not my thing. But you never know, actually. Yeah, you never know. It depends on how this year gives me the options.
कौन सा ऐसा आप भी कैरेक्टर प्ले करना चाहते हैं या प्रोजेक्ट करना चाहते हैं?
Yeah, I'm talking to a few people, but the thing is now there's a lot of dark stuff coming my way. But there's few there's a few very motivational stories. There's one very intelligent story. There is one comedy actually that we're talking about. Uh, so yeah, I'm right now looking at working on all of them. Right now, I'm actually really focusing on capitalizing on the success of Kohhra and locking projects that I really want to do instead of thinking my dream role. I'll write it someday, hopefully.
Okay. And also, as a dad, are you now conscious about the kind of projects you take?
I can't do that, yeah. To be honest with you, until the time I grow up to be 18, I can lock profiles and keep an eye out on them. That's my responsibility. My bigger responsibility lies towards the entertainment industry or the consumers. The reason they're lapping up this content right now is because it works, it's relevant. And as an actor, my responsibility lies there. As a father, my responsibility lies in my home.
Lastly, they want to know, has your daughter, is like she's taken up to being a big sister? Like, how is she?
Oh,
like
yeah. Oh, yeah. I think big sister, she's taken up to be a mother now, I think. Yeah. We're all she's treating all of us like kids, which is a little tedious.
Awesome. But I can see that you are very partial towards it in your eyes.
Well, let's please cut that part out. Someday my son is going to see this.
अभी तो बड़ा होने दो उसको, फिर एक और बारी बात करेंगे, फिर पता चलेगा, अब तो बहुत छोटू है.
No, I love them both.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. All the very best. Many congratulations.
Thank you, Pooja. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Lovely chatting with you. Bye.
Same here. Bye.
If you've liked this interview, please like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram.